Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into the latest filing from Middlefield Banc Corp, and let's just say it's less about explosive fireworks and more about a steady, perhaps even conservative approach to things. So Middlefield Banc Corp is a company that operates in banking, and they've just put out what's called a Form 8K. Think of an 8K as a way for companies to report big, important things that aren't regular, like major company news or events. This particular filing is letting everyone know about materials they plan to use in investor and analyst meetings sometime during the third quarter of 2025. It's essentially a heads up that they're going to be talking about their performance, and they're sharing the presentation they'll be using. What's really happening here is Middlefield Banc Corp is preparing to discuss their business with people who invest in them or watch the company closely. It's a standard practice to use these filings to announce upcoming presentations, especially when those presentations contain important information about the company's financial health and future plans. The core of this filing is actually an exhibit, which is the 2025 second quarter investor presentation. This is the actual set of slides or documents that Middlefield Banc Corp will be using to talk about how they did in the second quarter, which ended on June 30th of 2025. Since this is an 8K, it's less about detailed financial tables you might see in a quarterly report, and more about signaling that they'll be sharing new information and providing a presentation. The filing itself doesn't contain the presentation. The filing itself doesn't contain the presentation's content, but it points to it. For those who might own or be interested in Middlefield Banc Corp, their stock trades on a major exchange called the Nasdaq stock market. Their ticker symbol, which is the short code used to buy and sell their stock, is MBCN. This detail confirms they are a publicly traded company that investors can easily access. The fact that they are having these investor meetings for the second quarter of 2025 is important because it tells us about the timing of information flow. Companies usually report their financial results shortly after a quarter ends. So this presentation would cover how they performed financially from April 1st to June 30th, 2025. They are sharing this in July, which is a typical time frame for announcing and holding these kinds of investor discussions. Now, while this filing doesn't include the actual financial numbers in detail, the fact that they are presenting for the second quarter suggests we should be looking for information on their revenue, how much profit they made, and perhaps how their loans are performing. These are all key indicators for a bank. Without the presentation itself, we can't dissect specific numbers like a 10Q or 10K would allow, but we know that the performance of their banking operations is what this upcoming presentation will focus on. Thinking about Middlefield Banc Corp, they are a regional bank. Companies like this make money by taking deposits, giving out loans, and charging interest. Their success really boils down to managing risk, attracting customers, and making smart lending decisions. When they present their results, we're looking for signs that their loan portfolio is healthy, meaning people are paying back their loans, and that they are growing their deposit base, which provides the funds for lending. While we don't have the juicy financial tables here, the story this filing tells is one of proactive communication. Middlefield Banc Corp is signaling to the market that important updates are coming. It's like a movie trailer. It tells you a new film is on its way and gives you a hint about what to expect. For an investor, this is a cue to pay attention to their upcoming communications. Looking at the filing, there isn't a lot of deep financial data presented directly within this 8K. It's primarily a notification about upcoming investor materials. However, the purpose of these materials is to discuss the company's financial performance. Typically, an investor presentation for a bank in their second quarter would cover key metrics like net interest income, loan growth, deposit trends, asset quality. An investor presentation for a bank in their second quarter would cover key metrics like net interest income, loan growth, deposit trends, asset quality, and profitability ratios. This part of the filing confirms their stock is registered and traded, which is fundamental for public companies. It means they are subject to the rules and regulations of the SEC, ensuring some level of transparency for shareholders. The signature here of Ronald L. Zimmerly Jr., the Chief Executive Officer, signifies that the filing has been officially reviewed and approved by the company's top leadership. This adds a layer of official confirmation to the announcement about the investor presentation. in assessing Middlefield Banc Corp. Based on this filing, the direction seems to be about transparency and engagement with the investment community. However, without the actual presentation or detailed financial reports, it's difficult to offer a deep financial analysis. We can infer they are likely preparing to share second quarter results that they believe will be informative and possibly positive. Enough to warrant presentations to investors and analysts. A key risk for any bank is the economic environment. Interest rates, inflation and overall economic growth can significantly impact their ability to lend and the quality of their loan portfolio. The opportunity for a bank like Middlefield Banc Corp lies in its ability to adapt to changing economic conditions, leverage technology to improve customer experience, and identify niche markets where it can excel. We'll really need to see the actual investor presentation to understand their current financial standing and strategic outlook. In conclusion, this 8K is mostly a placeholder, a heads up that Middlefield Banc Corp is about to talk about its second quarter performance with the financial world. It signals a period of active communication and likely the disclosure of key financial and strategic updates. What are your thoughts on Middlefield Banc Corp or this type of filing? Let us know in the comment section below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Corporate Decoder for more insights into the world of business and finance. And don't forget to join our Discord community to keep the conversation going. It's linked in the description. Thanks for watching and we'll see you on the next deep dive.